Figured I'd do a little build tutorial real quick. I don't have zoom in on my camera. I'm doing this on my phone, so you're just gonna have to listen to me and kind of get the idea from what you see here. And I just got off work, so I'm allowed to drink this and not be an alcoholic. Anyways. I just did this actually in here. I think I just posted a picture of it on the page. 40 gauge around some 24 like I have set up here, fused together. It's fucking, dude, it's so tiny. I went ahead and did the 40 gauge with this setup first. I was gonna shoot the video, but I wasn't sure how that was gonna go with the 40 gauge. That stuff is thin, and I didn't want to fuck it up during the video, so I went ahead and I'm gonna do one with 34 gauge. A lot easier to work with. The way you get set up is you get you one of these swivel hooks. Let's see if I can. Some of these right here. Make sure they're the ones with the ball bearings in them. You see that little bearing right there? It looks a little different than your normal ones. Make sure you get the ones with the ball bearing. The other ones work, but they kind of tend to get hung up a little bit. I've noticed these ones with the ball bearings, they don't hang up at all. They just work perfect every time. Okay, normally what I do is I'll stick like a pencil or something through this little hole. But I'm too high off the ground right now to do this. But I would stick a pencil through this hole right here, put it on the ground, and use my feet on either side of that pencil and just barely hold that thing. Basically, I'm kind of just keeping tension on it a little bit. But I'm a little high off the ground to do that, so I'm just gonna set this in this box right here and let it do its thing down here. All right, come up and you take your wire. Okay, so I had that swivel hook, I put it in my vise, and then I fed this wire through it, clamped it down to where it was, was kind of tight, put the other end of the drill. And you take your wire and you stick it in the end of the drill right here, just to get it started, and start claptoning. Don't worry about how it looks at first. All mine start off ugly. It's okay. It's gonna be that way. It's just getting it started is all. But once you have it started, you see how that thing just spins with me? A lot of people have problems when they fuse claptons. When they're done, their claptons are kind of twisted. Now you can get those twists out, kinda, but it looks a lot more professional when you don't have those twists in there, and it's a lot easier to wrap, and it looks better wrapped, and just looks more professional. So anyways, just sit here and you can pick up the speed once you kind of get it in the groove, and just keep going. That swivel hook keeps everything in line, so your wires aren't flopping around. It makes claptoning a whole lot easier when your wires aren't flopping all over hell. Got bugs biting back of my neck. Just go. See how fast I did this? I'm already almost done. And then eventually you'll get to this loop right here and it just gets a little bit too tight to do anything else with. But boom. You saw that, what did that take, a minute? I know it's a 4-minute video, but I did a lot of bullshit talking in the beginning. I looked at my time thing and said 3 minutes when I started doing that. Now it's right at 4. It took me 1 minute to do a perfect fused Clapton using 24 as my core and 34 as my outer. You can just leave it in the vise and undo that, and there you go. That thing is perfectly Claptoned. Fused Clapton. No twists in it, no nothing. Just a perfect, I mean, it's got one, from here to here is one whole twist. Instead of it being like 7 or 8 hole twists, it's only one, and you can much easier manage that. I'll put pictures in the comments, but I'm gonna get off here because this video is approaching 5 minutes. Later.